Hello, my name is Giselle Aguirre. I'm a third year student here at the University of Laverne studying business administration. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Today I will be talking about David Cordani, the chairman and chief executive officer or CEO of Cigna Group. Now, before we dive into his leadership, let's start with the basics. What is Cigna? Many people recognize the name but may not know exactly what the company does. But Cigna is a global health company. That means that they provide services that help people get access to medical care, prescription medications, health insurance, and other wellness support. Cigna's mission is simple but powerful: to improve the health and vitality of the people we serve. Through this presentation, I'll go over what the Cigna Group does, and how it is structured, who David Cordani is and how he became the CEO, his leadership style, what makes him effective, how his leadership connects with my own personal values, and finally, why he could succeed anywhere he goes. Let's start by learning more about the company itself. Now we're going to go over some company facts and their competitors. Now we know what Cigna does, but let's look at its size and positions in the business world. Cigna was founded in 1982 through a merger between two major insurance companies, a Connecticut General Life Insurance Company and INA Corporation. That actually is where Cigna gets its name. It's a combination of the CG and the INA. Um, and today Cigna is ranked 13 on the Fortune 500 list for 2025, which means it's one of the 20 largest companies in the entire United States. It has market capitalization or total company value of about $76 billion. And it employs around 73,500 people around the world. And it is publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol CL, meaning anyone can invest in it. Cigna computes competes with other large companies like CVS Health, which owns Aetna Insurance and many retail pharmacies, United Health Group, which is the largest health insurer in the US, and Molina Healthcare, which focuses on government health programs like Medicaid. Among these giants, Cigna stands out because it combines insurance, pharmacy care, and mental health services under one organization, allowing for a more holistic approach to healthcare, which is pretty different from what is more accessible nowadays. Okay, let's go a little bit more into the company's culture and its values as a whole. So, a company's culture says a lot about its leadership, and Cigna's culture is one of the strongest assets. At Cigna, employees are taught to think of their work as not a job, but a mission: improving lives. Cigna describes its culture this way: we care deeply about our customers, patients, and coworkers. We partner, collaborate, and keep our promises. We innovate and adapt. We act with speed and purpose. We create a better future together. What that means is that Cigna values teamwork, compassion, constant improvement. If something isn't working, they fix it. If there's a better way to serve people, they find it. Cigna also believes in growth for both customers and employees. They want their teams to challenge themselves, build their skills, and take pride in their impact. That growth mindset starts at the top, with David Cordani's leadership. Okay, we have talked about how Cigna has helped the people that they serve, but what about employee benefits and inclusion? Cigna's focus on well-being extends to its own employees. They offer a wide range of benefits, including comprehensive medical, dental, and vision coverage, financial support programs such as retirement savings and tuition reimbursement. And as a college student, I understand how important that is and how expensive that can be. But it also rewards time off to promote work life balance, employee assistance programs, which include mental health and wellness resources. Cigna also places a strong emphasis on diversity, equity, and inclusion, often known as DEI. This means that they want every employee to feel respected, supported, and represented, regardless of their background or identity. Their message is simple: we support and encourage our employees to be themselves. Diversity makes us stronger. This inclusive culture has always helped Cigna attract and retain top talent, people who deeply care about health, community, and teamwork. Before moving on to talk about David Cordani's background, I want to take a moment to share something personal. I actually have Cigna insurance myself, and I can honestly say that it has made a meaningful difference in my life. Cigna has helped me manage both my medical and mental health needs. It is one of the few insurance companies I've experienced that treats both with equal importance. For example, their mental health resources have made it much easier for me to find care when I need it the most, without having to go through the endless calls or complicated paperwork. They didn't just focus on treating symptoms. They focused on helping me feel balanced, supportive, and cared for me as a whole person. I think that says a lot about the kind of company Cigna is, and about the leadership of David Cordani. His focus on whole person health isn't just a slogan, it's something that you actually feel as a customer. So when I talk about Cigna's culture of compassion, innovation, and purpose, I've seen it firsthand. And I think that personal touch is one of the reasons Cigna continues to stand out amongst competitors like CVS or United Health Group. Now let's learn about the man behind the company, David M. Cordani. David Cordani was born on February 10th, 1966, which makes him 59 years old as of 2025. He earned a bachelor's degree in business administration from Texas A&M University and a master of business administration, or an MBA, from University of Hartford. He was actually a triathlete as well, so kudos to him. He joined Cigna in 1991 and has been with the company for over 30 years. That's amazing dedication. He became the president as of 2008 and CEO as of 2009 and the chairman of the board in 2022. Something interesting about Cordani is, as I stated before, he is a former college triathlete, meaning he competed in endurance events like swimming, biking, and running. The same discipline and endurance that shows up in how he leads. He is known to live a relatively private life, focusing his energy on work and the causes that matter to him, particularly health and innovation. And I also think that is a very important thing because as of now, I feel like everybody's life is very publicized, and a lot of CEOs and people within powerful circles have relatively public lives, and there's a lot of things about their childhood and their daily adventures that they're heavily publicizing. So I think living a private life with his family, his two daughters, and his wife is so important. David Cordani's leadership style can be described as strategic, innovative, and human centered. He believes that healthcare companies should focus on people, not policies. One of the biggest goals has been to make healthcare simpler, more affordable, and more personal. He's known for promoting partnerships, working with doctors, hospitals, and even technology companies to improve patient experiences. Cordani has been a major health advocate for mental health. He's helped to fund research and programs to better understand the mental health challenges faced by teens, young adults, and military veterans. He once said, "We are in the business of improving lives, not just improving insurance." That mindset has helped Cigna expand internationally and focus more on preventative care, catching health problems early rather than waiting for a crisis to happen. Employees say that under Cordani's leadership, they feel more connected to the company's purpose and more inspired to make an impact. Now, to really understand what makes David Cordani stand out, it helps to compare him to a few other major leaders in the healthcare industry, people who face similar challenges, but lead in completely different ways. Let's start with Karen Lynch, the CEO of CVS Health. She is actually the first woman to lead a Fortune 10 company, which is an incredible accomplishment itself. Under her leadership, CVS has transformed from a pharmacy chain to a comprehensive healthcare provider. CVS now runs Minute Clinics, retail health centers, and owns Aetna, one of the biggest health insurers of the country. Karen Lynch's leadership style is bold, strategic, and expansion focused. She's all about creating more access to healthcare in convenient ways, like allowing people to see a nurse or get vaccinated right inside of our local CVS. She is often described as a transformational leader, someone who takes big calculated risks to reshape the entire industry. Now, in contrast, David Cordani's leadership has a more human centered and a relationship driven approach. Instead of focusing on rapid expansion, he focuses on integration, making sure that all of Cigna's services, from insurance to mental health to pharmacy care, truly work together to improve the customer experience. So while Karen Lynch has revolutionized where and how people access healthcare, David Cordani has revolutionized how people experience healthcare, especially by emphasizing preventative care and mental well being. Now let's look at another CEO, Sir Andrew Whitty, the CEO of United Health Group, which is actually the largest healthcare companies in the world by revenue. Andrew Whitty's background is very global. He was previously the CEO of GlaxoSmithKline, one of the biggest pharmaceutical companies. His leadership is characterized by a system-based international focus. He is all about improving large-scale health systems and using data analytics to make healthcare more effective across multiple countries. His approach is more analytical and operations driven, focusing on healthcare systems and how they can serve millions of people effectively and sustainably. David Cordani, on the other hand, combines elements of both Karen Lynch's innovation and Andrew Whitty's strategic position, but he adds something that sets him apart: empathy. Cordani often talks about whole person health, meaning that health isn't just physical, it's emotional, social, and mental. He leads with compassion and focuses on creating policies that recognize people's real world challenges, things like stress, affordability, and mental health stigma, where some CEOs prioritize growth or technology above all else. Cordani keeps people in the center of every decision. So imagine these three leaders as representing different sides of modern healthcare leadership. Karen Lynch represents innovation and accessibility. Andrew Whitty represents scale and global efficiency. And David Cordani represents balance, a harmony between strategic, empathy, and purpose. That's what makes him unique. He doesn't just lead with his head, he leads with his heart. And a combination is what has allowed Cigna to stay competitive while truly improving people's lives from both inside and outside of the organization. Now, when I look at Cordani's leadership, I see values that I try to follow in my own approach. Like him, I believe that both customers and employees should be treated as people first, not just numbers or profit sources. I also value communication, teamwork, and accountability. In my own experience, I have learned that leadership isn't about control. It's about listening, supporting, and helping people succeed. Cordania and I both share the belief that leadership is a service. It's about using your role to help others grow, whether that's in a company, a classroom, or a team. Now, could David Cordani succeed in another company? Definitely, especially within the healthcare or wellness industry. Healthcare is a very specialized field, but it's also universal. The skills needed to lead Cigna, like managing complex systems, improving access to care, and leading diverse teams, would apply to other companies, such as CVS Health, or even health organizations like World Health, like the World Health Organization. However, his real strength lies in connecting corporate strategy with human outcomes. That's what makes him effective. No matter where he leads, he will always think of people first. Now, to wrap things up, David Cordani is more than just a CEO. He is an example of how leadership can blend business success with compassion. Under his direction, Cigna has grown into one of the most respected healthcare companies in the world, known for its innovation, inclusiveness, and customer care. He leads with both his head and his heart, and that's what makes him so impactful. And on a personal note, his leadership reminds me that success isn't just about numbers, it's about people, purpose, and making a difference in lives that matter. Thank you for your time.